Oh, you guessed it, the Metro is back in the shop again. Now, do you remember when I first bought this thing, we were driving home, and I said, it definitely is gonna need new shocks? Yeah. Oh, it just pulls too, that's cool. Now, today, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Because, Merry Christmas, yeah. Dad is so generous, and because he bought me 4 brand new struts. Now, 2 of these are Gabriel's. I don't know which ones these are, front or rear. But the other ones are KYB's. I'm guessing the bigger box is the rear. I don't know how well you can see me right now, but now as you can probably tell, we have the front of the car jacked up right now. And that kind of hints that we're going to do the front first. Now, we're going to have to pull these wheels off. So I'll probably end up doing that really quick. And we have the bolts or nuts for the strut loosened already and soaked in WD-40. And I'm pretty sure we'll have to just pull the wheel, and then I don't know. I mean, you've never really done this before. Technically, we have done it because we've done the front struts on the Mustang.
Same thing.
So yeah, from what I guess is just a bolt underneath and.
Maybe changed it with that truck.
No, you're thinking of Silverado. We did it on the truck. Well, that doesn't have struts, but yeah. All right, so I'm gonna throw you on fast motion, and we're gonna get these wheels on.
All right, fast motion now.
We got the heater going, so bear with us. So basically right now we discovered that we have to take that plate off, and the big whole thing where the spring popped was just a bunch of baloney. So we have it all on the cart right now. I'm trying to fit this.
So I put new grease on this. Cleaned all the old grease. This is the bearing surface when he's turning. And this is what keeps the grease in there. That's going to go on top of this. Trying not to lose all this stuff at the same time. This is where we will need those spring compressors.
Yep. So we have to compress these springs so we can get this on top and bolt it down.
Alright, now we're putting it back together. Basically, you got to compress that spring enough to get that nut through. This one has an Allen wrench center. It beats some of the old Chevy ones. I remember that you had to have, like, weld a socket to, or a wrench handle to the bottom of the socket to get to it. Unless there was some other fancy way of doing it that I never heard of. But All right. Now, should be slowly removing this.
Sorry about the heater again, guys. It's silly.
It'll sound about like this impact too.
What?
Well, this noisy thing can't sound much better than
Oh.
that. All right, folks, you're gonna get yourself a set of these. It's always a good idea to get this style that has these little locking safeties that wrap around the spring, because these bad boys come apart, and the next thing you know, your spring's going halfway across the shop and your tool's hitting you in the face.
Yeah. Ouchie. Painful.
But these ones, like I say, they got the safeties. I got another set, older style, that don't have those. These are actually made for spring, like larger springs, but there is a assembled strut assembly.
So.
I just gotta stick it up in there and line up these 3 screws.
Yep.
So here you go, buddy.
Let
me get the socket. Where is it?
What's on
Pop this one. Where'd the 3 screws go? Right there.
For these up here.
Yeah.
To
Here,
go
I'll hold
into the
that while you-
fender.
He's gonna stuff that up through there and try to line up those holes, and I'll finger start these nuts.
I don't think it matters, but.
No, you'll be able to twist it. Just make sure you're on the right side of that. Yeah.
Brake line.
Turn. Here, hold still a second.
What?
Let me set this down and just try to twist that in shape. Just stop pushing it for a second. Wait. Nope, I can't turn it, but right there, you're gonna have to turn it down there.
Let's see.
Hold that. Hold it. All right, try it. You need to make a giant socket that'll fit that thing.
Alright.
Okay, twist it that way.
Oh, almost. There we go.
There we go. I get one. Hold. I get one.
2, 3.
Like, there's no need to pull the rest of them out till I get one under. Okay, that one's not quite in. Go on the back stop. Let me get this knot on there. And you'll have some freedom to move. Oh, we should clean that knot up. Okay. Here. We won't force you guys to watch the other side.
No, we'll just go ahead and do that.
As always, when you're doing something like this, just lift up hard. Stand up. Here. There you go. Should be able to get it off.
Nope.
Alright, backed it off. Just lift up on the wrench when you hit it backwards with the impact at the same time.
There we go. Take it back up just in case.
Like I said, you might want to get in alignment after doing something like this because you're moving a lot of things around. If those welds weren't perfect at the factory, it could shift, the wheels in or out.
I'm going to have to do an alignment on this anyways because it is very towed out.
Damn it. There you go. A lot more leverage that way.
Yeah.
Alright, just your clip and we'll check the upper ones with the actual wrench instead of the back.
Oh, let's see. So this, pull this through, and I think that.
Yeah, we need that hammer. Nope, that's upside down, buddy. Flip it over. Yep. I'm gonna go get that hammer. You guys might as well come with me. You do? Yeah. Oh, he's already got the hammer. It's all prepared and stuff. Wow. Almost. Look at that. It's almost like he's done this before.
I think I have dealt something like this on the tractor.
Yeah, I told you. I have to review those videos, but I'm pretty sure. I thought you did the shocks on that or struts or something.
No, we did the, what did we do on that? We did the 4-wheel drive.
That's right. I know we had to tear apart pretty much the same stuff.
Yeah.
Want to slap a tire on it now?
Yeah, maybe. Straighten the wheel out.
Is that 17 still for the nuts? Lugs?
I don't know.
I thought it was. All right, folks, so you don't need to see that part, so
Nope,
we'll be getting back with you in a second.
Yeah, we'll come back when we are getting ready to do the backside.
Yeah.
And we'll do one of those.
See you in a bit.
Alrighty guys, so it is actually the next evening of working on changing the struts on Knot Rod. And we have the first, the passenger side shock on the rear done, which is a very major pain. That is heating up that screw in there, because that one was very hard to get off. We really thought that it was going to break, but thankfully it didn't. So yeah, basically there's a bolt back in there behind the shock, and this little thing opens up microscopically, and this shock goes all the way through this control arm, and you have to pull it up and out. So that's a really big pain. It helps if you take this bracket off for the brake line to heat up and spray WD-40 in there to get that bolt loosened up. And up top, that covers back on now, but there's just that bolt holding it on the top. So that's what we've been fighting at for this, for the last, I don't know, half hour or so, getting that one done. Yeah, so we're working on the final shock here, and then this thing will be back out of here, thankfully. So yeah, we will get back to you when it's pretty much done. Alright, so we're actually right about in the middle of the process of changing this side. Now this is where that bolt goes through, and the control arm clamps around that shock. So yeah, we had to heat this up to get that bolt out, which was a very big pain. So
Don't forget to tell them about this. Only like 25 degrees out right now, too.
yeah, it's pretty cold.
That always makes
Yeah. Ouch. Ugh. So it's just been a mixture of like jacking up the control arm, lowering it, shoving the shock up in there, and I gotta eventually get that shoved up a little more, and threw some anti-seize on there. Ooh.
So maybe next time, who knows how long these shocks last, we'll be able to do this again without a torch.
Right. Let's see, which way do these go in? Like this?
From this side,
From the
bolt head's gonna be on my side.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure.
Yeah.
One side's threaded, one side's not, so if it slides in, it's going the right way.
Okay, well it slid in this way. Alright, get this thing started. You probably can't see me too well, huh? Alright, now I need my wrench here. This, what is this, 14? Here,
Yeah, it's a 14.
try. Whoops. Make sure we're tightening here.
Trust me, folks, that is a rough spot to get to.
Yeah.
The bolt is almost ready to break because it's rusted in so bad. But enough acetylene and oxygen combined with some WD-40, intermittently spraying it inside the hole and heating it up and spraying inside the hole. Move it a 1/16 of an inch, tighten it a 1/16 inch. Move it a 1/16 inch, tighten a 1/16 inch. Move it a 1/2 inch. Hey, back in a 1/2 inch. Move it an inch, back in an inch, and then finally be able to take it out. So pack a lunch if you live in Michigan, you're going to do this. All that salt they use on these roads doesn't help things much.
Right.
And the Japanese, I say that, give them credit, they're pretty good engineers, but why in the heck they would have done a shock like this, I have no idea.
It would have been much better if it was like a pickup truck rear spring or shock.
Or even a lot of cars.
Yeah. like where there's two tabs and then the shot goes through them and the bolt goes through them all together. I think that's pretty tight, so we're gonna call that good. I gotta throw the bolt on up top, but while I'm down here, I'm gonna hang that brake line back up.
Yeah, where'd you put that clip? Is it in here?
That makes sense. Aha.
Alright, I'm gonna get that top nut on there. This time, try running the impact on it before you get it to the... Oh, that ain't gonna work.
No, I don't think it's gonna.
Got that nylon lock block?
Yeah. But it came with a new nylon lock nut, so we're not going to be using these old ones. Brand new. I actually got the radio, the Kenwood that I had in my truck, to work in here. It just sounded very crappy, and that's because the radio from the factory ran on a different ground system than the Kenwood does, so there was a lot of interference and high-pitched noises. So that will cause me, well, that'll happen, I guess. So I'm going to have to run new speaker wires to all the speakers from the head unit. Alrighty guys, Dad's testing it out.
How it's supposed to work.
Yep, so this video is probably going to be a couple days late. I'm thinking probably Friday. So sorry about that. It is all done. The rear ones were a big pain, but yeah, we're gonna go take it for a ride. I don't think we'll show you that, but I gotta put some gas in this thing because it's like empty.
I'll give you an update some other day about how great it rides.
Yeah, I gotta drive this thing to school tomorrow, so, and work. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hopefully you
This is what it looks like outside too.
Oh yeah, pretty crappy actually.
Just so if you thought we were in the tropics and lying to you.
No way. It's unfortunately that time of year again.
See, look at my bra.
But yeah, I know some of you out there that like this car, so I'll keep trying to give you guys some more content on this car. So thank you for watching. Make sure that you like and subscribe, so you don't, and turn on those notifications for the channel to make sure you don't miss any of the new videos every Wednesday, aside from this video. So, anything you want to say?
No.
No?
Give him a sneak peek of the engine compartment.
Oh, yeah.
And the video that he's going to exchange.
Yeah.
We did get it to start.
We did get it to start.
So now I'm waiting for an EGR block off plate, you know, to get rid of this chunk. So this will move over, then this will set down in here nice. I gotta get an air filter for it.
Yep.
And hopefully this will be out of here soon.
All right. That's gonna do it for this video. Bye.